In this video, I will show you how you can make a chess game with the help of HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Okay, we will not use any libraries or frameworks. We will only use pure HTML, CSS and JavaScript. And as you can see on the screen right here, I have a chess game which I have made, and it is fully playable. You can play with your friends, and it is a multiplayer chess game. So as you can see here, it is fully playable, and let me show you what happens if we win. So let me just win the game. So as you can see here, the black queen can easily attack the white's king. So let's do that, and as you can see, an alert appears which says black wins. So whenever you click on this OK, the page reload and the chess game is now started again. Okay, so we will see exactly how you can make this. And one more thing, it is fully responsive also. So let me just show you. It is fully responsive. So as you can see here, you can see it is fully responsive. You can play it on mobile and any device. Okay, so let's see how I have made this. And before starting, let me tell you that the source code for all of the code is available in the description. Okay, it is a link to my GitHub profile. You can get the code from there. Okay, it is available. So let's now see how it is done. So first of all, there's three files, as you can see: HTML, CSS and JS file. So let me just go through the HTML file first. So as you can see here, title chess, and then I have an h1 tag called chess, and then I have a toggle h2 class, h2 tag, which says white's turn. So if you take a look here, it says white's turn because it is now white's turn. But whenever I click on whenever I play the white's turn, it changes to black's turn. Okay, so we will see how I have done this. Okay, in JavaScript, and then in HTML we have all our squares. So there are total of 64 squares in a chessboard. So there are 64 li tags here. Okay, so as you can see here, I have divided each row. So this whole is one row. Okay, as you can see here, b rook, b knight. B means black. Okay, so black rook, black knight, then bishop, queen, king, bishop, knight, rook. So these 8 are the first row. Then these are all black pawns here. Okay, and then we have 8 empty squares, because there are these empty squares, 4 rows of empty squares. So this 1 2 3 4, 4 rows of empty squares. So I have 4 rows. So this is 1, and this is 2 here, this is 3, this is 4. Now we have the white pieces. So white pieces, white pawn, and then all the other pieces of white. So yeah, this is all about the HTML part. Then I have given a link to the JS script JS. Okay, so now let's go to CSS, and there is nothing much in CSS also. I have given margin padding 0, then body display grid and place item center to place all the items in the center. As you can see here, all the items are in the center of the screen. Then some margin padding, you get this. Okay, so and then I have done display grid for UL, and then grid template columns for 1FR to make this in a single column. Okay, then some more CSS. This is a pretty much basic CSS. The main objective for this video will be JavaScript, not CSS. Okay, so yes, and I have also given this media query here to make it responsive. Okay, so yes, so this is pretty much for the CSS. And if you will ask where are these colors are coming from, these the light skin and then the brown, the light brown and the dark brown. So I have declared them in JavaScript. Okay, so we will see there. So now let's go to the JS part, which is the most important part. Okay, so as you can see here, there is huge code here. So I will explain you what I have written here. Okay, so don't worry. So first of all, let's go from the top. So as you can see here, it is written here inserting the images. So as you can see here, there are these pieces. So we have to insert them. Okay. So this is the line for which by which we are getting all the elements. Okay, as you can see here, a query selector all, then class box. It will select all the this class elements where in which box is there. Okay, so as you can see here, every square has a class named box. Okay, so it will grab all these squares. Okay, so now inside all these squares, it is written here image dot inner text dot length is not equal to 0. Okay, so if the square is empty, before this, one more thing I have to tell you, that I have written these words b pawn, b knight, b rook, and then here w pawn, but it is not showing it here. The reason for this, I have given the font size 0. Okay, so if we will take a look here, as you can see here, li, you can see font size is 0, but it will still grab those text over here. Okay, so it is written if the length is not 0, it means there is something in the square. Okay, so if it is not 0, then I will do image dot inner text equal to w pawn or w b pawn. It is for only the pawns. Okay, then the inner html will be, I have given a tag here. As you can see here, there is an html tag and it says an src image. And one more thing, in the files I have many images. Okay, and which are the same name as these html here. Okay, they are the same name. As you can see here, b bishop, then b knight. Here it is not opening, as you can see here. Yes, and then w pawn and w rook and etc etc. Okay, so as you can see here now, and then if it is not pawn, then it will simply just insert all the other images. Okay, so this is the function for insert image. As you can see here, insert image. Now let's come to the coloring part. So yes, I was telling you how I have colored the board. So this is the function for that. So I have declared function coloring, then const color equal to document dot query selector all dot box. It is the same command we have used here. Okay, to grab all the squares, to get all the squares here, all the 64 squares. Okay, now I have given one more command for each. Okay, it will go through each of the 64 squares, then it will get id. Okay, it will get the id and then it will convert the id to an array, then it will shift it. Why shift it? It will just get the first element if it is a b or if it is a w. All right. No, not b or w. Let me just take you to the html part. As you can see here, it is written here the id of all is b401 b402. As you can see here, I have given these in IDs. Okay, why B? B refers to box. Okay, so box 801, 802, then 808. So just like that. Okay, so yes, it will just remove that B and then it will convert the number, the side number. Okay, just like here, as you can see here, for an example, 101. So it will, oops, the this A side for 101 will be 1 and then A up will be 100. All right, and now an A will be the sum of those both. And now I have written a command, if the A is divisible by 0, then background will be this, and if it is not, then background will be this. This is just for uh, alternate colors. Okay, so as you can see here, there's dark brown, then light brown, then dark, then light. Okay, they are alternate. So just to do that, we have declared the percentage by 2. Okay, here. Okay, now let's come to another function, which is, as you can see here, to read the same element. So as you can see here, if I just click on this queen here, as you can see here, the same elements get read in color. So this is the function for that thing, to read the same element. Okay, the same team element, as you can read here, same team element. So for that we just grab all the box, all the squares again, and then it is written here the background is pink. Okay, background is pink. Then we have grabbed all the squares again, and now if the background is green and inner text is not 0, so it means there is something, there is some element in that square. Then we have written here to know which element is there, it is a white or a black. So this pink color will get the element for the pink one, and then green color will get element for the green color background. So if it does match, if pink color equal to green color, what that means, let's say if the pink color will be white and the green color is also white, then it will paint the background red. Okay, so we cannot move there. So I hope you understand this as well. Now comes the important part. Okay, so first of all I have declared a variable called tog. We will see what that means later. Okay, so now then we have just grab all the squares again, and then I have written here item dot add event listener click. So for clicking for all the squares, we will see the conditions. Okay, so as you can see here, to delete the opposite element, so it is a function to delete it. Okay, to replace the element. So it is there, if the background is green and the length is 0, then tog will be increased by 1. Okay, and then here else if the background is green and the length is not 0, so it means there is some element in the square. Then for each square, if the background is pink, it will grab the id of that pink element and the inner text of this that element. Okay, and then it will target the element with this id, and then inner text it will do empty. Okay, and then inner text for the item will be equal to pink text, so this will be here, and then it will run those two functions, coloring and insert image, which we have already seen on the top, and then again it will do tog equal tog plus 1. All right, then here we have written, I have written here get id equal to item dot id, then array dot from get id, it will get the id from all the elements. Okay, and then as you can see here, we have already seen it here, a side and a up. Then as you can see here, it is a function to display the available path for all the pieces. So here come the fun part, function to display the available path. So as you can see here, if I just do let's say I click on the horse, okay, the black horse, the black knight, so it shows the path here. I can go here or here. Okay, the green ones, and similarly let's say green here, and then if I just click here, so as you can see, I can only go to this one piece. Okay, not any other piece. So yes, we will see how to do this. So first of all, I have create a function whose turn it will toggle the turn between black and white. If there's a turn for black, then white cannot move. Okay, and vice versa. So let's do the available path for pawn. Okay, the pawn element. So for that, we will say if the inner text is toggle.pawn. And what is toggle here? It is the toggle will be either W or either B. W for white and B for black. Okay, I hope you get it. And then we will do some if else statement here. If it is great less, the A up is less than 800 and the tog percentage 2 is not equal to 0, and then some more conditions, and then we will say green here. Okay, the background color will change to green here, and this also here also. Okay, so this whole is for pawn. Then as you can see here, it is now for the king element. If the element is king, so we will say if the a side is less than 8, we will declare all the elements a plus 1 uh, will be green. And for all the cases here, okay, because king, oops, because king can king can move in how many directions? It can move in 8 directions. Okay, so just like 8, we have given here 8 if else statements. So as you can see here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, so 8 conditions. Okay, then there's rook. And what is rook? It is this one which travels straight. Okay, either left or right, or either upward and downward. Okay, so let's see. So here we have used an for statement, for loop. Okay, so inside this loop I have declared a variable called I equal to 1 and I less than 9 and I plus plus. So then another if statement to do the background color green. Okay, and two statement, and then I have declared, note this break statement. Okay, it will just break it and to not pass through any other element. Okay, so these are the condition for rook. Then similarly bishop. Okay, it is similar to rook. Okay, similarly bishop, four conditions because it will travel in four directions. Then queen, and it is nothing, we have just combined the rook and the bishop conditions. Okay, because it will move in all directions, the queen moves in all directions. So as you can see, it will take 8 conditions. Okay, then there is knight. So knight can move in 8 position. Okay, so in 8 position just like king, but it will travel differently. So we have conditions for that also. Okay, so there are 8 conditions as you can see here. And then there is a toggling turn. So it will just toggle, as you can see here, whose turn W and whose turn B. So it will just toggle between W and B. And then we have run another command called reddish to give the color red to all the same elements. Okay, and then we have our winning function to declare the winner. Okay, to check who wins. So we will just do num of kings 0. Then for each square we will do if the text equal to W king or the text equal to B king, the number of king will be uh, plus equal 1. Okay, so it will, the value of this will become 2. Okay, and then whenever the value of this become 1, so it means one king is not there. Okay, so we will just run a set timeout. After 100 millisecond it will run, and what we will do, if this percentage equal to 0, then white will win, and then the page will reload, and the same goes for black win. Okay, all right, so I think this function is our last function, which is moving the element. So how we will move the element? Okay, so let's see. We have grabbed all the squares again. Then here if we just click on any square, okay, it will do, the background will be pink. And then here is the main part to move the element. If the background is green and the inner text is 0, then that previous one will the previous text will be empty, and then the new text where the element is gone will be equal to this pink text. Okay, and then we will run these two functions again, the coloring part and the insert image. Okay, so this is the function to move the element, and now this is the last function, which is to prevent from selecting multiple elements. Okay, so as you can see here, if I just it is white's turn, as you can see here. If I just click on this bishop and then I click on horse, it will first remove the selected path for bishop, and then whenever I click on this again, then it will select the horse, okay, or the knight. So for that I have declared a variable called z equals 0, then it will select all this square, and then on clicking, okay, on click function, it will increase the value +1, and it will just alternate it. Okay, so if the remainder divided by 2 is 0 and the color is not green, then it will apply coloring. Okay, so it is to toggle the movement of the element. Okay, so yes, this is the whole code for this chess game. Okay, and once more I will tell you that the code is given in the description. It is a link to my GitHub profile. You can get the code from there for absolutely free of cost. Alright, so yes, I hope you enjoy this video, and leave a like if you enjoy this video, and tell me in the comments what videos you guys want next. And that's it for this video, guys. I will see you in the next one.